Welcome to Draw for Initiative. My name is Sarah. I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten and owner of this channel. And this lovely creature here is my dear friend Tina, who does the Draw for Initiative videos with me. And I can speak. Why should I be able to do that? Today we're having paintings for Pandemic Legacy, which is a lovely board game in the family of the Pandemic games. It's cooperative for 2 to 4 players, one round about 60 minutes, and you play 12 to 24 rounds of that game, and then you're done, and you will never play it again. And if you're 14 years or older, this might be something for you to take a look at. Now, for the painting, my dear, what did you want to focus on? What was your goal?
Short disclaimer here, it wasn't fully my idea.
We'll talk about that in the next clip at length.
but it was this crucial moment of critical failure we had in a certain month of the game.
Yes, we had that. So you just wanted to have our despair and anger.
Yeah, I wanted
depicted?
to memorize that moment. It was still quite fresh for us. We are still traumatized.
In 80 years, we will sit in our rocking chairs and remember that day. Remember when we painted this? Sorry, Sophie.
So what was your intention?
I wanted to depict the despair we had with this game, not only in that one certain month, but another disclaimer, and that's no spoiler. By the way, we tried to have this video spoiler-free,
Yes.
beginning to end, so that you can guys watch, that you can watch anyways. But I wanted to have the despair depicted of destroying board game components in that game. So that's what I focused on. And now let's hop on to the painting section, see how we did. And there we go! Yay! Let's paint some medicine for our souls. No, just kidding. We're both starting off with our sketches. Nothing new there.
Yeah, also I'm just, erasing it again as I draw it.
You did take graphite pencil this time again, right? Yeah. I did use a watercolor pencil because I wasn't sure if I would ink or not.
I just decided I would ink it was easier for me because settling on the colors, it's usually what I do last when I see what I need.
Yeah. Well, I usually have a colored picture in my head before I even start, so I can work backwards pretty much and know what I want to do.
And there again we have the differences between us.
And we have to have some. I mean, yeah, we're so similar otherwise. But yeah, we're just starting off with sketching our things. And you can already see at Tina's stream that she focuses on the month of June. And we had in the opener a little teaser there. Let's talk a bit about the disaster of June without spoiling anything. So let's try. If you heard...
I'm not ready to talk about that yet.
Gosh.
It still hurts.
We were so good in that game. We won every single round until June. We fucked up, excuse my language, but we fucked up both June rounds, and that's why we are so traumatized.
Especially since we never missed a month before that.
Yeah, and we never did since. We played another 2 rounds so far. So we will have September next. And again, we had wins. So, June was really something there. Fucked up badly, but I mean, you gotta do that once in a game, right?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah. So I'm already coloring. Wow, I didn't realize. I was looking at your stream. I wasn't looking at mine.
That's because I had mine erased so often.
Yeah. And you have more detail there, more figurines and stuff. I just have one dude and then just outlines of buildings.
Yeah.
So in my scenario, we are in New York or Chicago, which fits perfectly to our games, but we're not telling you anything about it because that would be a spoiler, but Chicago and New York are pretty important to us.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, now you spoil!
I don't know what happened.
It was City Zero.
Yeah,
Chicago was City Zero. So yeah.
There I'm trying your those
The new nibs of those pens, yeah.
And I already learned to hate them.
Well, that's the first thing that you gotta do when doing artwork with new stuff. So you didn't break them in yet? Meaning now they are working because you gave them a good go?
Not yet, no.
No?
I just gave up on them and,
Went for the thinner ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that one actually worked really, really well.
Well, in a couple of months, I do have an ink month. I will break in those nibs for you, don't worry.
Thank you very much.
By the way, just as an info for you guys in the audience, Tina took 118 minutes to complete her piece, and I had 43 minutes. But I do
Less than half of mine.
Yes, but I do have a way smaller surface and way less detail than you. The focus for me was pretty much those desaturated colors, very muted colors, the despair, the loneliness, the fight in the game. That's what I wanted to depict, and I used colors.
While
not
I,
lines.
on the other side, again went for the more comical look. I don't know why, but it just seems to be easier to me. Not sure.
The brain does what the brain does, and the art brain, which is usually a hand brain. If you're not familiar with that, leave it in the comments below and I will tell you. The hand brain does its own thing, and you had a little ink accident.
Yeah, this was one of the new
nibs.
Nibs?
Yeah.
Nibs. Okay, that's the reason why I hated this one, because it didn't give any ink when it was supposed to, but when I was just moving those few centimeters over the paper, it lost it.
Yeah. Well, again, I will break them and then they should work better. They just need work. Not really, it's just like
with men.
Yeah, or brushes or other stuff. You just, gotta work with them a bit to have the lines be nice and let them flow. Especially with those wider nibs. It's not that bad with these very narrow ones. The one that you're using right now, for example.
Yeah.
You don't have to give it a real good go first. So you use purple. It's really lovely. It seems to be your favorite colors in watercolor.
It's one of my all-time favorite colors.
Ah, that's awesome.
I love purple. I really do.
And how did repairing go with the ink? Did you struggle badly, or did it kind of work?
You will see in a few seconds. I didn't get it off fully, of course not. So I had to do some kind of background, and then it was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But it still was quite annoying to do that.
I can imagine. Oh wow. But if you learn to repair things, you get less annoyed the more paintings you paint.
Yeah.
So
you're already so far with your ink color.
Yeah, but I only have a few objects in the background there to actually color. It's just like big color blobs, and this is just the first layer. I will shade in a few minutes, but yeah, the first layer is always super quick with me. I mean, big rectangles, it's not much to work there. But now the work starts.
Yay!
Coloring the Doctor.
He turned out quite well. I think the proportions of him are really good.
Well, it was actually super easy because he has one of those hazmat suits.
Yeah.
So you can cover up not correct proportions there because you're just a big, huge blob of
True.
suit. So that was actually super helpful to put him in a hazmat suit.
Yeah, you should go for that on your upper pictures. It's so easy. You're gonna be finished so fast.
I want to have a character in hazmat suits in any forthcoming painting that we do.
I just think of that Tiny Tuesday with the ducks because I just recently saw that, and if he was standing in the background, it would be a whole new picture.
Oh man! But then it would be a cartoon. I would give it a cartoon style then.
Well, I don't know. You could also put the tiny ducklings into that picture of pandemic.
Yeah, they're afraid. They're the last survivors in Chicago or something. I don't know. Well, yeah. I mean, he's the only color blob in my painting. All the other colors are very muted, very grayish, bluish. So he pretty much stands out. And I really like the cartoons that you made of us. So, guys, this is us at the table. These are our characters that we play in the game. And this is what we looked like once we lost the 2nd June round. I mean, that's very... you could have taken a photo or something and painted this. This is very true to real life.
Yeah, you know, I was just too sad to take some photos. So
yeah, we were shaking. We couldn't hold any camera. So
yeah, I wouldn't sleep that night because I was, just crying and
yeah. So I see you used the Tombos again. Did they behave better for you this time around?
Since I knew what would happen, it worked quite better for me, and I just gave them a little go. I didn't use as many layers as you did, but I tried to do some layering only later on. I messed up again, and of course it had to be your character.
Yeah,
because why would I do that with mine?
Well, it's always better to ruin the other person, so it's totally fine. I mean, come on.
Oh man, I still feel so bad for that.
No, it's totally fine. I mean, I was sitting next to you and just grinning. Fine. I like the way their hair turned out. The light and shadow worked super nice with this one. So yeah,
there we have the blue. I hate the blue from now on.
It's the tablet of struggle or something.
Yeah, I hate that color. Usually I love blue, but not this
that one. No. It was wet for so long.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's the same blue on your shirt there, right?
Yeah, I learned from a certain artist about color repetition. Maybe you want to know about that?
I don't know who said that.
Shall I tell you about color repetition? Maybe I'm going to do later.
Oh, well.
Oh, you're already so far. So these blue pieces are the card pieces we ripped apart?
Yes. The first time around, guys, we cringed at the table.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we got used to it by now, but the first time around it was like, really? Or should we just put them in a Ziploc bag and not use them anymore? No, we had to rip them, and we did, and we survived, but it was weird the first time around to do that to a board game, because usually we really take care of the components, we treat them well and not throw them. Or, I don't know, there's certain foods that are not allowed at the table when we play board games, yes.
Which ones?
Well, for example, anything that is called ice cream or mousse au chocolat, any liquidy, chocolate-ish kind of things, or sticky things like there's some licorice that we do not put on the table. We just never talk about it. We just don't do it because if you have that on your hands and then touch board game components, it's yucky afterwards. So we really take good care. And then we had to rip some parts of the board game. It was really horrible. I needed therapy for that. But yeah, I mean, you always have to do different or you always have to have different experiences at the game table.
Yeah, by the way, on the left side, you can see Sarah's tablet floating apart. So,
Yeah, it bled into my sweater
shirt,
there.
Yeah. You wanted an orange shirt.
I love
wanted
orange.
to give you that, and
Yeah, I love orange.
Tablet said nope.
Yeah.
And there I wasn't able to do that.
Well, what can you do? But funny enough, my character has the same coloring than the colors in my painting.
True.
So I only realized that now that I look at the both video feeds. I didn't realize when you were painting, but it's the same color scheme.
True. So it's probably you in that hazmat suit.
Yes, of course. Can you not see that?
Missing some details there.
You know, it's a dude for one, and second of all, I'm not that tall.
Not sure if a dude or just really flat.
No, if it would be me, I'm very sorry for any innuendos here. You would see
True.
some
True.
lines there, but I'm not that tall, so it couldn't be me.
Well,
and I don't have these big feet. I mean, I got tiny feet, so it couldn't be me in those boots there.
You pretty much have ant feet.
Yeah, guys, funny fact, I buy children's clothes, especially when it comes to shoes and socks, because I'm tiny like that, and I rock it. I buy the goofiest cartoon socks there are on the planet.
I'm so envious about that.
You're not if you can't find shoes. I don't want to buy Hello Kitty shoes. So, yeah, there I do have some trouble. But anyway, I like, by the way, how you managed to cover up the ink splash with that gradient background there.
Yeah, it was totally my idea to do that. Again.
Guys, if you didn't hear the nuanced sarcasm there, the face next to me says sarcasm in capital letters. So, yeah. I mean, I like how you did what I said. Oh, that could help, and you just had your twist or your touch on the way.
I'm really glad you gave me that advice, and also, like I said, the idea was yours, and I just, you just gave the basic idea.
You executed.
How about you draw a picture of the June?
Yeah, I mean, it was just. Yeah, I had that painting in my head, but I had a different kind of a painting set for me already, so I, of course, had to give you that idea. So, guys, how did you like our paintings? Let us know in the comment section below and vote which one you like best this week.
Mine.
We're... Mine. Nemo. Yeah, drop. If you have any questions or other comments, please also leave them in the comment section. We will see you next week with a new game. And if you want us to paint a certain game, just leave it in the comment sections. We will play it and try to make it happen. And do all the good YouTube stuff, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 9 a.m. CET on this channel and on the Board Game Geek List. Bye!